Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing up.
So I was just because I would actually tune into his lives. He was entertaining. I agreed with some of the things he would say, Kevin Samuels. Some of the things I agreed with, some of the things I didn't. But I requested him on live, but I never thought that I would get picked. Like, it was just like, let me just request, and didn't think nothing of it. And the next thing I know, I'm just watching the live, and then, you know, when you go on live and you're up next, or like you go,
He was in the queue.
Yeah. Started doing a little circle. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going up. And next thing you know, I'm in front of 12,000 people, and but that's basically how it happened. And yeah.
Did you agree with what he said?
Part of it. So he was basically telling me if I wanted to find a husband, that I had to actively date. I had to maybe not focus so much on my business. I guess the only part I didn't agree with is that, like, boss women are unwanted or manly or masculine. But I do agree with most of the things as far as like how to find a husband or wanting a husband. I know it comes with, I don't want to say a cost. A cost is the wrong terminology, I guess, but you have to carry yourself a certain way to find a real true husband, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah. But enough about me. So, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. The legend, the myth. No. Man, I'm Kabir, creator and founder of Credit Fixer. Man, just built a platform to, empower people to fix their credit. I'm trying to give you guys the knowledge, the tools, the resources to fix and manage your credit. Not even just on the business side, on the DIY side, but also on the business side. Man, I'm a father, I'm a husband, learning how to be a great CEO. My God, man, we gonna get into it, man. I'm just a good dude, man, that's striving to, do my best to help, ordinary people become more and more successful with their credit and, financial literacy.
So when did you launch your software, and why specifically a credit software?
Yeah. So I officially launched my software August of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a soft launch earlier that year in February. And I'll get into, that was like a dumpster fire, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But the reason why I started it is because I had started fixing my own credit. And back in like 2016, like when I was trying to get a house, I had ended up paying somebody, $1,500 twice, right?
Oh, wow.
And didn't get no results, right? And so I reached out to my boy that fixed credit. He was like, nah, man, I'm not even gonna charge you. He was like, you smart. Like, here's some books that I think you should read. Once you read these, I'm sure you figure it out. Read them. And once I did that, I literally did what was in that book at the time. It was like 609 letters and stuff. 609 was, really working. And I did that, fixed my credit, and from there, the rest is history, man. Make a long story short.
What was your credit score when you was trying to get it fixed?
See, that's the cold part. I had like a 675. And the cold part about it at the time, I had a late payment, an old late payment, and like 12 inquiries. So it was really the inquiries that was hurting me. And I didn't know that because I didn't know nothing about credit.
Right.
And nowadays we know we could just call in and get inquiries removed in 24 hours if we know how to do that, right? But at the time, I didn't know. And this dude just took my money. He just took my bread and ran off with it. So that I was just very ignorant to, credit and how to, fix it and remove negative items and stuff like that. And so he took advantage of that for me. And for when that happened to me, I knew that it was happening to thousands and millions of other people in this space. So once I learned how simple it was to fix my own credit, I was like, man, I gotta do something about this, you know? And that wasn't like the initial thing, like I gotta do something about it. Like I was fixing my family members' credit. And so what happened was, because I'm a software engineer, I work for Boeing, and, you know, I had already skill set to, you know, create software. I had merged that with my credit repair knowledge, and I was able to create my own like PDF generator. And, you know, I was just generating documents because I got tired of copying and pasting names and accounts into Word documents and then printing them out. And if I messed up, I had to do it over. Nah. So I just created a PDF generator and I started printing out files really quick. And then I was like, damn, I got to manage all this stuff. Is there a software that already does that? Found the software. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just put this to the side and use that software. And so that's what I used, that software. And then as I'm using the software, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, this is not user friendly. It's slow. It's too many icons everywhere. Like, and being a software engineer, I know these things. And so I decided to jump back in the lab, and about 2017 till 2021, you know, day and night, I would get up, go to work, 7, get off at 5, get home at 7, chill with the fam from 7 p.m. to like 3 a.m. for like 2 years. I was mapping this thing out myself before I was able to, you know, add other team members to where I could pay them. So to help me, you know, build faster and, you know, scale.
So what type of education do you need to know how to build a software? Like, that seems complicated.
You don't need a lot of education. You really don't. You know, when I first started out, I was learning from people that don't look like me. And so they made it seem like it was more complicated than it really was. They didn't know how to put it in the language that I understood that would make the learning process that much faster. And so I feel like one of my developers that's on my team, he's from Kenya. And the cool part about he was already developing like software at a just getting into it. And so I ended up training him on how to, you know, fix credit. I mean, not fix credit, but code. I was seeing like where he was like kind of, you know, not so good at. And so I put him on some tasks and he did those. And I was just like, hey, you got to do this, and helped him think about like how to approach certain things and which edge cases to look for. So it's not really difficult at all. And like that was another reason why I built this software and I didn't pay somebody in India or something to do it, because I could have went that route too. But I wanted to show people that look like me that we can create high quality platforms and softwares like Google, like the Googles and all these big companies, you know. And I want to show them like, nah, I did these with these black hands, you know, and you could do it too. So I hope I kind of answered that question.
Yeah, you did. So it's like mainly coding. So
Yeah.
So understanding coding.
So
that would be maybe one of the first steps someone would take. Like me, I know absolutely nothing about creating software. So maybe my first step would be learning coding.
Yeah, you definitely want to learn a language, and whatever it is, PHP, C Sharp, C++, whatever it is.
Are these computer languages?
I'm sorry. Yeah, they're computer languages.
Okay.
And so you have computer languages, and then you have certain principles inside of when you code. So you got the language, and then you got like principles, and then you have let's just leave it at this, keep it simple.
Okay.
Like, and once you learn the principles, everything else becomes very simple.
Okay.
Like, you know how to, you know, create functions and methods and things like that. And coding is really basing mathematics and coding and languages off the real world. And so literally I know how to take any type of worldly use case and create a technology off of that. And so like CreditFix is really honestly just the first platform that I'm building now.
So what other platforms would you might create in the future?
Man, I've been really looking at trucking. I've been wanting to get in that for a minute. Like, it's a method to like why I choose certain, you know, platforms to create. But trucking, it's a gem for those who will watch this. Trucking a lot of the platforms out there are very, very old platforms, and they could be modernized. So if you hear this, like that's something that you should get into. And my goal is to partner with somebody who knows how to do trucking, who knows that industry. Because like I said, once I got the use cases and I understand the business model, then I can take that knowledge and convert it into an application and then service, people who need that software to solve their problems.
If there was somebody you could partner with in trucking, who would you partner with?
Man, I wanted to partner with what's my boy name? Circular CEOs.
Alex Good Energy.
Alex Good Energy.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at Circular CEOs. I actually met him at Him 500 birthday party in Atlanta.
Oh, for real?
Like I was a mentee, Him 500 back in the day, and he invited me to come to the party, and I was one of the few that he invited. Him and Alex had just started, meeting and just like being cool. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to see that mature and see that relationship mature. But I saw when they first met, man, we was all on this matching. Marcus had rented out. We back there chilling, man. So yeah. But Alex is somebody, because I know he knows the space. But there's a lot of people out there that I don't know that, could potentially be partners in that regard as well. So, but yo.
So essentially, what problem would maybe your future trucking software solve?
That I honestly don't know, because I don't know all the aspects of it. I know that there's like these boards. Dispatch boards, yeah. So dispatch software. I want to be able to track trucks. There's ways I can, I just see certain technologies that are out there where I can put that all in one platform. And I think people can, maybe even a DIY trucking platform.
Yeah.
How's Houston been treating you?
Man, Houston been treating me well. Man, like I was telling you guys, like I ran into Eric Thomas at Joey Uptown. Yeah, man, he's a great dude, man. Good dude. Like I was sharing with y'all, man. We talked for about 3 minutes, man. He stepped away from the table he was at doing business or having lunch with this young lady. Looked like a mentee maybe. But yeah. Houston, I love Texas, man. Man, people know me out here. Surprisingly, people actually know me. I'm running into people and they say, man, you looking familiar. You look familiar. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy. Like, that happened to me a few times at the airport. But, Texas is dope, man. I love it. I've been to Dallas one time. I did the podcast out there. And it was just all love, man. Y'all, it's something about how y'all treat people out here, man.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you from Cali,
we're both from LA.
Yeah,
so
we're from LA, so
they got that Southern hospitality. They're so sweet.
What podcast was you in Dallas?
I was, oh man, don't get me messing. I was just looking at it.
$1 million?
No, not $1 million.
$1 million.
It's my boys, man. They gonna be mad at me.
I didn't talk about what they Black Renaissance.
Nah. Man.
Wow.
I gotta shout.
With Xavier, right?
No. Oh yeah, I did do Xavier podcast out there too.
$1 Million Mindset. Right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I did 2 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did Xavier. I did Xavier's podcast, and then I did my boys that I want to shout out, but it's all good. But yeah, I did Xavier's podcast. Dope. Man, that one went crazy though. Xavier podcast was a good.
It did you good?
It did well, man. Cause he got a dope audience though.
Yeah.
Like his listening audience is to the moon, man. When he say whatever he put out, people really listen to it. So that's
you talking about like his Audible.
Yeah, like he on Apple, he on all these listening podcasts and doing crazy numbers over there.
What other big podcasts have you been on?
I've been on.
You was on Finesse's Club, right?
Yeah, Finesse's Only podcast. I was on that one. Man, they was really trying to get into the good stuff. Had me talking about multiple wives and all that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, my boy H Dot was like, nah, he in the background. Like,
Oh my god.
So you would want
Shout out my dog,
polygamy? You would
H-Dot.
want polygamy if you could?
Man, to be honest, I didn't already tried that, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. One is better if you but knew.
So you prefer one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where I'm at as a man, and you know, I don't play with women, you know, and like I think it's very important that you have the capacity and you have the, you know, finances, you have the, you know, that spiritual aspect, that mental aspect to be able to balance that lifestyle, and because it's beyond sex and looks and all that, man. You dealing with people's livelihood, children, and that can really mess a lot of people up. So from my experience, I learned that, nah, leave that alone. It's better, one is better if you but knew. You need to learn how to maintain that one excellent, very well before you even think about trying to go that route.
So at the time, you was already experiencing that, or you was thinking about it when y'all was talking about it?
You had like
No, I had been out of that.
Oh, you been out of that?
Yeah, I had left that alone.
Okay.
That's a whole nother, yeah.
Whole other topic.
And it wasn't even like it was agreed upon. Like I was separated. So that's how I kind of jumped into it, and then
Also, it just happened.
yeah, and like I always had the intention. I was never gonna leave my wife. So, but that's once it got to that point to where I kind of realized the mind games were like, nah, you need to leave her for me. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Was she living with y'all?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. She living in Atlanta.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. yeah. I mean, I'm trying to stay out of that.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's how that went, man. But it was a lesson learned, man. It was a lesson for me, and it allows me to actually like, because you know, polygamy is a topic that a lot of people it's not novel no more. A lot of people considering it, a lot of people thinking about it, and it works for a lot of people, but in most cases, man, I feel like we not ready for that as a world and a nation. Like this nation not used to that type of world, that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like in Africa and Dubai and all these other countries, right? That's what they've been doing. That's their culture.
That's the norm.
That's not a norm here in the States. So it's a lot of learning curves and all that goes along with it. So I'm not against it at all, no. But I just think for me, like, let me back up out of that.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
35?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a little age on me. I might look young, but I got a little age on me, a little experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like social media hypes up a bunch of stuff, and one of those is including polygamy. And so it has the majority of average men who could barely afford one girl thinking that they can have multiple wives or multiple girlfriends and don't understand what actually comes with it. Like I feel like it's more of a it sounds and looks good, I guess, for a man, like, oh, I got 2 women, I get more sex, I look like him, but it's deeper. Like you said, these are people's lives, like you got to consider, and maybe even children. So it gets deep.
Would you ever?
No.
What if he was like super, like a billionaire, like super rich? Would you consider it?
Probably not, just because
if he was a billionaire. Well, okay, look, Peaches. What if he was like your allowance is like Puffy? Your allowance is like $1 million a month. Like you get $1 million a month. Gotta.
I've never been offered $1 million a month, but I've been in relationships with, I guess, men who, I guess would be considered to have a lot of money. And I just came to learn that it's not everything. Like you can literally be super you might have the lifestyle, you might have the cars, you might have the house, you might have the bags, you might eat good, but it just looks good on the outside, but inside, like it's if you genuinely don't like being there, the monetary exchange becomes not enough. So, you know, again, social media hypes up, oh, well, what if he's rich and what if he does this? What if he does that? Like, that's all materialistic. That's all shallow. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you take away the money, let's say the money disappears, is he there for me? Is he emotionally in tune with me? Does he actually care what I'm going through? Yeah. So a lot of time, and I've seen it firsthand, not only with myself, but with other girlfriends, you know, like, there is no emotion, like there's no care as far as you being a person. It's just like, oh, well, I pay the bills and, you know, and then they go do whatever the hell they want to do. And you're just at home crying with your Birkin bag or, you know what I mean? So it's not worth, I don't think it's worth it over time. Like, if I did that, it would just be like, I'm gonna get my $1 million for the month, put it in my bank, and I'm out. Like, I'm not.
So you just gonna get the month?
Yeah, just get the month or two, or until, you know, I'm gonna have an exit plan. Like, I'm gonna have an exit plan. But it's not something that I would choose forever.
Man, nothing lasts nowadays.
Yeah, don't.
Like,
I guess so. You know.
I think people evolve and emotions change and people just grow out of love, and it is what it is. I think just the blowback is just so horrible now. Like, people want to get sued and yeah.
And it happens at such a fast rate nowadays. Like, with this advent of social media, man, everything is microwave, from marriages to, you know, relationships to all that is everybody want everything to happen so fast, and like, people's emotions change so fast. People don't know how to, you know, go through the process of things anymore.
And then what happens is, like, you got a guy, right? Say y'all get married young. So I get married like in 21, 22. Like, he's constantly trying to get this money. He's trying to evolve. He's just, and he gets to where he needs to be at. And then the women see, and they're hitting him up on Instagram. It's like, does he have the self-control to be like, hey, look, I got my girl here. And then she complaining, and then he's like looking at her, you know, funny because these more attractive girls are. That's what be happening.
That's why I say it's, you know, like, also, you know, they're like, oh, you should want to build with the man, or, you know, be there with the man while he's building. But it's a 50-50 gamble, because it can go either way. Like, when he comes up, he could leave you for the women that he could never get when he was down, or he can hold you by your side and be like, nah, this is my girl, she stood next to me. It's a gamble. But I just think at the end of the day, men and women should just work on being their best selves individually, so that when they get to that point, they're just going to attract, you know, who, you know, they're going to attract at their level. So yeah.
And then men, they're gonna, you're the best he could do at that time.
Yeah.
So
you would agree that
women have.
So you would agree that men purposely have a placeholder. Like, this girl, she's cool for right now, but I don't
sometimes, not all the times.
Not
all the times.
Yeah, it's relative to the person, but not all the time, because you'll notice that woman that been with you through the thick and thin is way more valuable than that girl that hit you up on IG that look pretty, that ain't got nothing in her head but looking good.
So that gets old.
That get old quick. What?
No, it's just,
and men really know that. Like, men that actually have had women, you know, have dated multiple women in their lifetime, you know that, like, it gets old. Like, you want that woman that is wholesome. And I don't mean like just I'm just like got the overall package. And not everybody has that. Not everybody works hard on that, those different aspects of their lives to be a total package.
Right.
You know, it's some women that might not be the quote unquote look beautiful, the most beautiful, that are really the most beautiful. So when they open up their mouth and they talking to you, and they how they handle you, and that shit.
Respectful.
Yeah, bro. What?
Loyal.
Take care of you. Make sure they know how to handle you as a man. Like handle your emotions, because we got emotions too, as much as we got egos, but we for real got these type of emotions that only a special type of woman can manage that and know how to, keep you doing what you supposed to do. Like, yeah.
Inspire you.
Yep.
That's cute. That's cute that you said men have emotions, because I feel like a majority of men hide their emotions.
We have to.
But
Because y'all play on that.
On me.
Y'all play on y'all emotions. Because if y'all know what buttons to press, y'all gonna use that when y'all are feeling however y'all feeling.
Women control men through through our emotions.
So y'all been heartbroken before?
Of course.
Come on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Aww. Have you ever cried over a girl?
Over a girl?
Like in secret?
Nah.
When I was young, though, yeah. Hey, listen, I had a cold when she was a cold piece. Like, she did me cold.
How old was you?
I was 19 at the time. So it was young. I was young. I was in college. Like,
Okay.
Hooping out. I was playing basketball. Came back in town. She worked at a car dealership. One of these young dudes is making some car dealership money. Selling all the cars. Man.
So she cheated on you or she left you for him?
she both.
Both?
The cold part of, I'm gonna tell you, this was cold because I fly back into town.
Yeah.
I'm a broke college student hooping. This before NIL and all that. I come back in town and I go to meet her, like, see what's going on, because I kind of caught her on some of it. Like somebody told me. And so I'm like, I meet her, and she said, I'm 5 minutes. I'm 5 minutes away. I gotta stop somewhere. She's so cold. She went to go pick the dude up. I'm like, so I know who I know who he is because I dropped her off at work a couple times, so I know who he is.
So he was like her
was the
work
work
boyfriend.
Her work husband. Right? Man, he got out the car. She was like, I don't want you, I want him. I was like, damn, that shit was cold.
In front of you like that?
Yeah.
And
Aaron had him right there?
And he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't want to fight him?
I never fight a man over no woman, man.
I mean, I had that principle too, but at the same time, it's like, why would you come if you knew I was gonna be here?
I don't even know if he knew. It was like
he didn't know?
knowns to know. Like, he wasn't,
okay.
like, it wasn't no disrespect to me. Like, I mean, obviously he probably seen me, but I ain't never spoke to the man. I probably said what up on the way out or something. I don't know, but like, nah, that's not how a man's supposed to move. If she chews up like that, that's on her. You know. So yeah.
So
that's
what
how
was what was your reaction?
Man, I hopped up in a homie car and went home.
And cried.
Yeah. I'm going. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, that was the first time I got my heart broke. You talk about an athlete
So like never in high school you got your heart broken?
Nah,
Middle
man.
school?
I'm a hooper, man. I was getting cheerleaders and stuff like that. But it's the first time I got my heart broke. But it was a lesson. Like, I take everything as lessons. I don't believe in no losses. Ever.
Do you think that might have been karma?
Hell no.
Okay.
Nah, man. Because I feel like I've done some wrong things and, karma hasn't hit me. I feel like I don't believe in karma like that. Like, people believe in karma. Oh, you do this, it's going to happen. No. Sometimes God give mercy to people. Sometimes, like, he'll hide your wrongdoings. And he might show others wrongdoings for you to learn from. So I don't believe in karma like that. I think we will all want that grace and mercy sometimes. And I feel like not all my, like, I haven't done things. I'm not perfect. None of us are, but and it's come out. But I'd use those as examples for other people.
So when did you meet your wife?
2012.
12.
In Chicago.
So she's been down ever since?
Yeah.
Did it take like a little bit to get her, or she wouldn't play no games?
Nah, she don't play no games. That's what I like. That's what I love about her. Like, that's what I respected about her, like, from the jump. Like, she a dope ass mom. She's a dope ass woman overall. And I'm real lucky, honestly, because, man, you talk about a man maturing and learning how to grow, and being a handsome dude, and being a guy that's doing things. I mean, you get to thinking in your ego, you thinking like you can, have whatever you want. And shit. All I can say is like she's a dope mother. She's a dope woman. She held me down through a lot. And not just not on no, just me growing as a man. Like whether it's like me being, broke. Because when I first met her, she was making 80,000.
Oh, for real?
What? Yeah.
Oh, what?
She's an educator.
Oh, she's a teacher?
Yeah, she was working in DC, man. Like when I met her, I had just got out of college. She had already had like 4 or 5 years of, work experience. She out here making 80K. She took a gamble on me. I get out and then I ended up, once I being a software developer, I made, 10 times more than her. But for that, I know if she ever left me, like I'm not one of these type of dudes that be like, nah, you gonna have to figure it out yourself. Nah, she the mother of my children. She gonna always be good, regardless. Until some other men take care of her, but she know that too.
So would you give her alimony?
She wouldn't have to put me on no alimony. That's
so you gonna give her like allowance every month?
Yeah, she got my children.
So like besides child support, you still gonna give her another like?
I feel like she got to maintain her status quo because like if she not well, then they not gonna be well, and that's the greatest gifts that I have are my children. Their future, and that's one thing that me and her understand is like they are our future. And it's important for them to have all of the experiences and the exposure that they can possibly have and help them start their own businesses as early as possible so they don't have to go work for somebody, if they don't want to. So they got bank accounts and all that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but she, man, my children, my son 9, he in the 6th grade right now. Like I got my daughter, she a gymnast. She cold at sports. Then I got my son Hadi. Man, this dude too, but he off the charts, man.
So 3 kids?
I got 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah. I really don't like talking about my children though.
Oh.
Because like on social media, like
yeah.
That's why I don't really show them that much.
Yeah.
Cause like I just always been a private person.
Yeah.
And so people have to figure me out.
But
I'm a real open person at the same time. But when it comes to them, I try and keep it private.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I got some dope children. I got a dope family. We do a lot of dope stuff, man. They done been to Africa multiple times. Exposure is everything, man.
So do you have some marriage advice?
Yeah, don't get married. No. Man, just know that getting married is not the finish line, it's the start of the race. That's the crazy part about it. People wait 6-7 years to get married. Bro, when you get married, that's the beginning. Cause now you learning how to become one. You and this person gonna change every year. You gonna change every year.
So people say it's just a piece of paper, but it's really different after that piece of paper is signed.
Man, fuck that piece of paper. I hate that paper. Like, honestly, if I had to do it all over again, I'd never go in front of no judge to tell me that I'm married to this woman. It's really just another legal contract when you get down to the fundamentals of it. And that's what legally binds you to get sued and all that alimony and all that stuff like that. But nah, man, I would never do that again. But damn, there's a point I want to make. What is it? It took me somewhere.
So it really feels different, I guess, after getting married. Like,
yes, because you gonna change, she gonna change, and you gotta be willing to relearn. You gotta learn that person every year, every day. Sometimes, depending on the person. Like, people got habits that you got to deal with. People got, because a lot of times we come from different environments. And then if you come from a different culture, that's a whole nother situation. You know what I mean? So we don't take these things into account because we just dealing with each other. But when you marry somebody, you marry that family. We've never been taught the science of mating and marriage.
No.
They don't teach that in school.
No.
So you see a lot of divorce rates and all that because you get so caught up on the love aspect. Nah, man, it's a lot that you deal with.
It's deeper than love.
So much deeper, man.
Because like you said, you fall in and out of love.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure, in my relationship, past relationships and current relationships, I'm pretty sure, we fall in and out of love.
Yeah.
Some seasons are better than others. Yeah. Some seasons are like, I don't know if this is for me, you know. So
man, that's a fact. Like, like you gonna have these differences. You might like this person. I used to hear this stuff. Like you're not gonna like this person. It's been times where I just was like, man, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, but it's good to like separate sometimes. Like go on a trip by yourself, or she go on a trip by herself with her friends, and because when you miss somebody, it helps. Like not seeing some. It's just different ways and different tactics that you use to really grow a marriage, and that's just what it's all about, man. Just being able to grow with somebody and see each other's like faults and not try to force somebody to change. That's the thing. You gotta allow a person to be who they are and just allow them to grow. And that's the biggest thing. That's why.
I got a question for you. Do you think people, especially like women, you think women are getting married just to get married?
I think women want to be married just to want to be married.
Just want to be married, just to have like one up over their friends.
I hear women talking about like I'm waiting on my husband. I'm waiting on my. You might just be waiting.
I guess from a woman's perspective, it's like that's.
It's like the ultimate goal. It's like that part of y'all is completed, and then,
you.
But then y'all dumb down and y'all stop doing what y'all was doing.
It's innate for a woman to want that.
Like I feel like
natural.
A woman's, I guess one of her biggest accomplishments in life is getting married by a good man, not just anybody, but getting successfully married, getting a ring, getting someone to take care of you, someone to give you a child, right? Because, I'm talking to the women who want marriage and who want kids. Not every woman wants to be married. Not everyone wants a kid. But to those who do, you don't want to have a kid by just anybody.
Absolutely not.
And then you don't want to have a kid and do it by yourself.
Yep.
So it's like marriage is like that security net and safety blanket for, okay, I'm married. This man got my back. Again, not just any man. And I can now have my children and be safe.
That should be the case. Like this society really does not support marriage. This society is probably one of the worst societies to get married into because it doesn't no, for real. Like, because it doesn't support marriages. Like so women are just operating their nature. Yeah. And women should want that. And men, desire that too, believe it or not. Like,
how you feel about Kevin Samuels' message?
I like Kevin Samuels. He gave a lot of good game. He gave a lot of good game, despite what people thought about him.
I think the manner he was talking to a lot of black women ruffled a lot of feathers.
Yep.
But at the same time, it was needed.
Yeah.
He was needed a lot in our community.
Yeah, because like nobody was even ruffling those type of feathers. Black women wasn't even being talked to like that.
Correct.
And at times I felt like his delivery to black women was hard for them to swallow.
It was harsh at times.
But,
it was harsh.
Like I know for a fact that he cared about black women and black marriage, and he wanted successful marriages.
He said all the time, they don't talk about all the black women that thank me for saving their marriage or helping me get into a healthy marriage because you changed how I looked at things and you helped me stop acting the way I was acting.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, as someone who's actually spoke to Kevin Samuels, his delivery was kind of...
It was harsh.
So I feel like, although a lot of the things he was saying was true, I feel like some women didn't take the advice because they felt attacked. But he did have some good points. I used to tune into his lives all the time.
Me too.
And they were very entertaining. But, you know, what I did notice is a lot of women do put themselves on a higher pedestal than they're supposed to. And that's not a shot at anybody or any woman. It's just, I feel like as a woman, you should strive to be your best self. And especially if you want to get married and have kids successfully and, you know, be taken care of, you can't attract that and not be that. You know what I mean? So,
but you know, I feel like one more thing. I feel like it's not y'all fault because they don't have men telling them how they really look like. Like they have men constantly telling them how beautiful they are and how they're flawless. And so then when Kevin Samuels like, hey, you're not a 8, you're not a 9, you're a 7 at best. They got mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, like sometimes people need to be told the truth.
And I think like men always
they just
telling
trying to get
women
some.
That's it. When men think that this is why women like the bad guys, right? Because bad guys, they don't care. And I don't think people do enough explaining what that don't care mean. Like, don't care don't mean that they treat them bad. They might just treat you like a friend. And then women are intrigued about like, man, why he not talking to me like these other dudes is talking to me? All trying to, because women already know nice guys always, for the most part, always trying to get up in their panties. And the other dudes was like, shit, I might be, but I already got that, so I ain't pressed. So I feel like men need to talk to women more so and just be cool, bro. Relax, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Relax. So yeah.
If you a cornball, be a cornball. She still might like you because she might like cornballs, but don't be trying to do all the extras.
Yeah.
You know, be yourself. Accept your own, be yourself, and it'll work out.
Definitely. I can't tell you how many times I felt like when a guy would approach me, it's like he's interviewing for a job. Like, like just be yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So how? Let's talk about money.
Yeah.
So how much you made last year?
I made 7 figures.
7 figures.
Yeah.
What was what was your biggest month?
My big after I did it was either after I did Xavier's podcast. I think it was after I did Xavier's podcast. I was in like August, I want to say, when it came out. That was like
you're selling courses like everywhere?
Nah, I don't sell courses.
Just the software.
Just the software.
Oh, the software.
I actually have a Credit Fixer Academy. Yeah, I have Credit Fixer Academy, which has courses in there. It's like Udemy. So if anybody done that, and just so y'all know, like I build everything inside, in-house. I don't pay nobody to do that, you know. Of course, now I got developers on my team now, but I still lead the development team. And we have an academy. So if you ever been on that, it looks almost exactly like that. So yeah, we got courses, but it's the DIY side, and then I got the business side, which I rarely speak about. But like this year that's coming up, this year's already here, but we're doing more advertisement about business, the business platform that we have, Credit Fixer Business, and then our white label, our DIY white label. You know, I didn't have like a lot of people. I didn't already put it out there so that they know that it's coming out at the end of March. That's gonna go crazy. That's gonna go crazy. I know for sure. You know, it's a lot of these other softwares out there scrambling right now because they know, like Debo, when I come out, like Debo here, I'm gonna talk. Yeah, so they out there, they reaching out to everybody trying to get them on their white labels right now, and you know, it's more than enough space out here. You know, so it's no shade. Nah, don't take that as no shade if y'all ever see this. But nah, I'm just saying like I'm building quality, you know, software, growing the platform, and by no means are we perfect on our end. Like we still one of the newest platforms out there, and we building, man. Yeah.
Where you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself in Canada. I see myself in the UK.
Like living or just visiting?
No, I see this company.
Going over there?
Yeah, I see Credit Fixer in the UK. I see
Okay.
Credit Fixer in Canada, and allowing those people over there to fix their own credit too and run their credit repair businesses. I see us having Credit Fixer credit card, our own credit card.
Oh, that's live.
Yeah, man.
I like your vision. I like where you're going with it.
Yeah, we just launched Credit Fixer Offers Engine. So this is how Credit Karma was making their money, and they were, offering primary credit to the users, the user base. So Credit Karma was free to sign up to. So they had over 3 million, 200 million people signing up all around the world, and then they had credit card offers, and they would get paid $100 just for them signing up, whether they got the card or not, qualified the card or not. They got $100. So you think you can do the math on how much money they was making. So Credit Fixer has a Credit Fixer Offers Engine now, and by the time this is out, it'll go live. But yeah, man, we got the Offers Engine, we got the white label, we got Credit Fixer Business, we got Credit Fixer. What else we got? Shit, man. I see us making $1 million a month in the next 5 years, probably sooner than that. Yeah.
That's live.
Yeah, man. So, right now I'm actually looking to take some investor capital, considering it. I've been reading a lot of books, so I'm learning how to be a CEO. I went from being a developer, creating a software from an idea. Now, I got people that work for me, and I got team members, and it's really important to understand how to run a company, not just make money. So I'm reading books on venture capital, so I know how to handle and deal with these big boys, because this language can get real tricky. It can get real spooky in there. You end up selling it, taking some, revenue. Then they got, they got all this language in there that basically when it hits like 100 million, they get 80% of that, and you get like 10% of it. And you like, wait a minute, I let you get in here for 5 million, and now you get 80% of the, what's sold from the company. So a lot of that happens. So by me knowing that and getting into this venture capitalist space, I'm learning what to ask for, what to look for, how to properly structure the company, and so that I can get to that $1 billion status, because that's the vision. Take Credit Fixer all around the globe and become a $1 billion platform.
Okay. I always ask all my entrepreneurs with kids this question. Would you be mad if your kids like wanted a 9 to 5 and didn't want to be an entrepreneur like you?
Not at all. I would never be mad at that. Because I think people working hard is in you doing what you love. I'm always gonna teach my son asked me one time, he saw when I looked at my stripe one time. And he's 9, he's 6th grade. He can read, he knows math. And so he was like, man, that's a lot of money. I was like, man, don't focus on money. He was like, how do you make that type of money? I said, solve problems. And I was like, man, the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. So I teach my children to solve problems. Don't focus on money. Because when you get money, and you get things, it don't matter. I don't care if women got all the Chanel, Louis, man got all this Louis, Gucci. Bro, when you got it, it don't mean nothing, bro. I got shoes that I used to love that I don't even touch no more. That's one thing about me. I like fresh shoes.
Yeah.
I got some Louis on the way. That's and but at the end of the day, these things, they just things. So I teach my children to do what you love, and I expose them to everything. If you want to go get a job and work for somebody, do that. I hope you love it though. Love what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you made a valid point as the money. Yeah, we need money to live, but don't focus on the money. Focus on your purpose and, like you said, solving problems. Because when I started making a little bit of money, it was the first time I really had money to kind of spend and splurge. Bought a little bit of jewelry, clothes. And once you get that out your system, you realize, well, what was that for? It's not what I thought it was. So, and then, but yeah, I like that you made that point.
Okay. So Will there ever be a point would you sell your company?
Man, I got offered 50 million one time.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
This was early 2022. And I didn't sell it to him because you remember I talked about that offers engine?
Mm-hmm.
I had just launched August of 2021. So this was like February. So I'm like, I'm just getting out the game. I'm just getting started. I ain't even really made no money. You know, and I knew I wasn't gonna get 50 million, number one. And
so he you think he really wasn't trying to offer you 50 million? That he was just
no, I know he was gonna offer me 50 million, but you know, after the taxes and after all his other things, I wasn't gonna get 50 million. I was smart enough to know that because I've seen friends sell companies and they didn't get what was all of that because of all these different things that go into it. I don't know all of them, but so that coupled with, you know, me knowing like, damn, if Credit Karma could, you know, make hundreds of millions with these offers engine selling primaries, I'm like, hold on. Shit, I know I can make, you know, at least 100 million.
okay.
You know, and prior to that, me launching and stuff, I had did my research on other companies. I did my research on Credit Karma. How were they making money? Because I knew they were making money. And then it turned out they had got bought by Intuit for $6.6 billion. And I'm like, why would Intuit buy that? But it was the data, and I knew Credit Karma was already making money from the offers engine. And that's how they got sued for like, I think like 23 million. They already made 300 million. They got sued because they was offering, you know, people primary, you know, trade lines and stuff that they would never qualify for. So remember, they were just getting paid off the application, just signing, you know, applying for it. But so that's what, like, having that knowledge, maybe like, nah. Plus, he didn't want me to work in it. He was a developer at one time who sold a company for 80 million. That's how he got into the VC space.
So you think he probably was gonna flip it?
Oh yeah. He was gonna take that and turn that into hundreds of millions. Plus, when he said like, nah, I was like, so you want me to come work for you? He was like, nah, I don't even need you to work for me. I just want to buy it. And I know that what that means. Most of the time when like a Google buys a company, they just buy the whole company, and that company works for Google and it has Google's name and all that. He didn't want that. He was like, you know what? I got my own developers. I used to be a developer, so now I just want to scale this into, you know, that's kind of what I, you know, figured he would do.
So there was like 100 million, or you need more than that?
I'm really big on ownership and having control. I remember I just learned that old girl Honey Pot, she sold hers for $300-something million.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I remember meeting her in like a couple years ago and at Essence Fest, where she was out there selling it, you know. Now she, you know, so I don't know, man. I'm like I said, I want to be in UK, I want to be in Canada. You know, I don't see myself running a company. No, I see me hiring CEO, CTO, and things of that nature, and just being the owner or the founder of the company. That's what I do see. And I have CEOs in the UK, CEOs in Canada, but I do want to own Credit Fixer. And I have to learn how to be a CEO before I hire a CEO. And then I can get out the space as far as that and do other things.
Have you seen Acrimony?
Nah, what's that?
Tyler Perry's Acrimony? You didn't see it?
Nah.
Okay, you seen it?
I think so.
Okay.
Isn't that with Taraji?
Yeah.
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 And then like they were married and then he got rich after? Is that the one?
So she was basically paying all the bills, and he's working on like a software, He's trying to sell it. She's about, this is like 10, 20 years later, she's about to lose a house, and he has an opportunity to sell it, but I think he lowballed him for like $500,000 or something. And he's like, you're gonna make way more than that. So she leaves him, and he ends up selling the software for like $10 million, and he kept the IPO. And then she like went crazy, basically like killed everybody. Because I was gonna ask you, What you would have done in that situation? Like you would have sold, or you would have held, or what you would have did?
Wait, so he left her?
No,
She left him. Like
She left him while he was building.
Yes, all her sisters were in her ear. Her mom died. Her mom left her the house.
Mhm.
They was in the house. They mortgaged the house like for like $100,000,
Okay.
and then they couldn't do the payments anymore because he took the $100,000 and put it back in his company. Yeah. And like he never worked a day in his life. He was always working.
Yeah.
Messed up the electricity. They had to get an electrician to come and fix everything. It was just all bad, you know what I'm saying, for like 10 years. And then she listened to her sister or sisters.
Yeah.
She's the youngest, but she got this crazy temper. She almost killed him one time.
Damn.
So he gives her like $2 million. He bought her the house back. He gives her like $2 million cash. Hey, I appreciate you, everything you did.
Yeah.
Like I think he said I still love her. I'm not sure. And then the check cleared everything. So she pulls up on him where he was at his condo with his girl, his new girl, the one that he cheated on her with.
Okay.
And she like loses her mind and like they're on this boat and she like kills everybody basically.
Him? Kills him too?
She killed him too.
Damn.
I think the only person that survived was his fiance.
Damn, that's crazy.
So what what you did in that situation?
I mean, I'd be dead if I
I'm talking about, you would have sold or you would have kept it? I think he offered him like $500,000.
Oh, you asking about that?
Yeah, because he ended up going homeless. The girl that he cheated on her with was working for the company he was trying to sell the product to. So
I wouldn't have sold.
You wouldn't have sold either?
Nah, not at all. Like, I know what this is worth. You got to know the industry that you in. You got to know, like, you know, the credit repair industry. I think last time I looked I think it was at 50-something million.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, 50-something million. I got my numbers mixed up. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of room. And it's continuously growing. Mm-hmm. And I understand that, like, you know, you got to know your seasons, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to know your summer, spring, and fall, how things did, you know, how things play out, holidays and all that. You got to understand these different things. And so it's been times where, you know, I ain't had money for years. I didn't put all my money. People don't know, I took my money and put it right back in the company. I done spent damn near $500,000. In putting in this company. People don't understand that. So it's like, yeah, I made 7 figures, but it's like, man, I didn't see 7 figures. Personally, that's me reinvesting in, bootstrapping this thing. You know, and paying people and doing cost of doing business and making sure taxes is right, trying to do everything the right way. You know, so nah, man, I think I would have went with the punches for sure. Like I'm tried, tested.
Even if you lost your wife?
If she leave me, that's on her. Because for me, I really believe in what I'm doing. I was like, I tell people right now, like, you gonna miss out. You play me, you gonna play yourself. Because that's how much I believe in myself, and I believe in like this vision, and it's showing itself. It's not even close to where it's about to be. And you know, I'm so grateful for all the people that have, you know, trusted me and tried the software, and that kept the lights on for me. That kept me being able to help pay my people and help put the money back into the software and make it better and better and better. So, you know, I'm getting this from out the mud. Like ain't no investor giving me no 10 million. I ain't got nobody in this space co-signing me. None of them. Nobody in this space that I know co-signing me. Shit. Regardless if they co-sign me or not, I can't rely on that. It ain't no shade because they don't co-sign me. They don't have to. But I know for sure that CreditFix is going to be the most dominant credit repair platform in the space. I can guarantee you that. And that's what I know because that's what I believe. And like, I'm a former athlete and I'm a real aggressive, you know? And that's how I deal with, you know, CreditFixer, you know?
Has that girl reached out, the one that left you for that dude?
Man, nah, man, she a hustler. Nah, she ain't. Nah, she ain't reach out. She got a strong ego. Knowing her, she'd never reach out.
She'll never reach out.
I'm glad she don't have to, but she doing pretty good. Like we still cool.
Oh, y'all still cool?
Yeah.
Ah,
She live in
nah.
Dago.
You better than me. Nah.
Nah, that was long ago. I was like, we was kids, man. She taught me a lot of lessons. She was fun though. Like, I tell my wife asked me, I was like, she asked me, I was like, yeah, the funnest person was her, but I would never, you know.
Should
Is
do
she
it
the
like-
one that got away?
Who?
The girl.
Hell no. Nah, she was fun though. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
Oh,
She brought a part of me out that I didn't know, because she was just
Right.
very like, she was just very what's the word when you just spontaneous?
Spontaneous.
Yeah, she was very
You should
spontaneous.
do it like that David Chappelle skit
What?
with the jet when they pulled up. He was like, "I'm gonna leave you for everybody," and he was like, "No, just you know what I'm talking about."
He did some shit like that. Hey, that man's a fucking legend, man.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Nah, I'm probably, if I see it, I could just picture him doing it. Gotcha, bitch.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He was there with his whole family, all his kids. He was like, "Gotcha."
Yeah. Nah, man. Man. Shout out to Linda, man. That's her name. Yo.
You got any more questions? I'm gonna run through this list.
Go
and
ahead, man. Y'all got whatever. It's open, man. I'm chilling.
Okay. How much longer you gonna be in town?
I'm leaving probably tomorrow morning. I just realized, like, every time I fly by a one way, I never buy a round trip. But I learned that Houston, flying out of Houston, where I'm going, is the flights is all early. Early flights.
To my LA?
No, I'm going back to DC.
Oh, DC. Yeah.
But flights be early. And then as you get later in the day, they start going up. I'm like, man, I'm not finna spend $1,000 just to
Take a later flight.
take a later flight. Nah. But I did get invited out somewhere. Dude that noticed me in Louis. Brother actually, he owns an oil company. So he owns an oil company, and it's his birthday tomorrow. So he was like, man, come out, man. My boys is throwing me a party and all this. So he invited me out, but I don't know if I'm gonna go. I might just take that flight back home, get back to
Go
business,
home,
because
yeah.
like I said, man, I'm on a mission this year. I got this white label coming out. I gotta stay focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flips or rentals?
Say it again.
Flips or rentals?
Ooh. Rental.
Rental.
Yeah.
Wholesaling or rentals?
Damn, it can't be both.
Yeah, it could be both.
Both.
Airbnb or Turo?
Ooh. I gotta say Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
Stocks or crypto?
I don't know stocks, so I'm gonna say crypto.
Crypto? You got crypto?
I do.
What you got crypto? What you got in
I just
crypto?
bought some Sol
Oh,
Solano. I bought it at I want to say like $78,
$78?
and it's at like 200 right now, and it's supposed to go up to like 600, even higher than that. So
Okay.
yeah,
2 million followers or rental property?
2 million followers.
2 million followers.
Sure.
Money or equity?
Ooh, I'll take the money
Take the money.
right now. I'll take the money.
850 credit score, $1 million.
I'll take the money
Take the money.
because I can invest that real quick, and it's money all at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have said $4,000 a month, I'd have said, nah, if I'm gonna take money, otherwise I'm gonna take the credit. But if I can get all the money at once, then I can invest that and flip that.
Yeah. I don't like when people say the credit score because like it could be like in increments, and then like after a while they start taking the money from you, like the credit lines, they start decreasing it if you start maxing everything out.
Yeah, plus all that come with interest. If I got cash, ain't no interest there. I got it all. People trying to take that money and you gonna owe more money than man, it's too much.
Yeah.
That's what they don't tell you, man. Funding is dope, but man, it's so much that come with that if you don't have a real solid plan.
You got to have a crazy end game.
Oh, man.
You got to pay that back off fast because them interest going to hit.
Man, I ain't even go there. But funding is dope. Like to be able to get funding, yes, you want to be in position to do that, and you want to have some funding. But all these people that saying, "Oh, I got $100,000 in funding," you ain't spending it unless you really flipping that. Stop playing with these people. Stop playing with these people because you're messing a lot of people's lives up that don't. And the good ones will let them know, like, man, you got to have a solid plan before you take this money, especially if it's a loan. Some credit cards, cool.
And that's cool coming from you because you're a credit guy.
Yeah.
Because like people always saying credit, I don't understand it. Because I took $250,000 out in funding and it took a while to pay.
A loan? Personal loan? Or?
It was like credit cards, loans. It was like all. And then Bank of America, they revoked all my credit cards. I took all the money out, but they revoked them all. They closed all of it out.
Yeah, see, they don't share those types of situations that.
And then Chase will take them limits if they see you constantly your credit, like you constantly using your utilization, they will decrease them limits like ASAP.
Especially if they just sitting up high. Once you get it down low, they'll lower it. And sometimes they'll close it.
They'll close it.
If you're not using them, they'll close them. It's a see, the cold part about it is like we're just coming into this financial literacy knowledge, and some of us are just running up the bag really because it's a novel word.
There's not a lot of seasoned vets that been in it for like over 10 years. Like they just came across this money and they just trying to make money teaching other people, but they're not telling you what's happening to them in their personal life.
Facts. It's a difference between making a lot of money and doing business. A lot of people don't know about business. They don't know how to about a financial balance sheet and stuff like that and taxes. I just seen dude that do stocks. He was talking about how he had to pay the government $2 million. Man, that's crazy. Like we don't talk about that. Like you getting all this credit, you getting all this money, but those taxes come around. So you got to do good business out here. You got to have good files. I read a book called Profit First, and it shows you like how to open up certain bank accounts. You got an OPEX account, you got a tax account, you got a profits account, you got your main account where all the money just comes in, and then you put certain percentages in each of these accounts so that you able to balance the books, you able to keep your taxes, stay ahead of the game on your taxes, and at the end of the year you can split profits with your partners. So everything comes out that OPEX account. That's like expenses and paying your employees and things of that nature. So that was a good book that really helped me. Especially like when I got me a partner on my team, like I ain't gonna hold you. She was like, "Man, look like you commingling funds." She checked me on it, but that's what I like us to have those conversations. And so I read that book and I was like, "Bet, let's do this." And so, and that's what I'm talking about. Is like you doing you making all this money, but you got to really learn how to do business. And this is like what I hate. I call them like pandemicpreneurs. Like you didn't really just came up in the pandemic, but you still stuck there. Like you made your money off the pandemic, which is great. But like, man, we gotta evolve so that our communities that really follow us and believe in us, we don't lead them out to dry. Like, man, we just don't run it up on these people in their ignorance and in your ignorance. So you got to develop too. You trying to educate them on getting financial literacy, but you gotta, in order to be a good leader, you gotta learn. And so like that for me, I might not be the wealthiest in the space yet, but and even if I don't, man, I'm cool. Like I'm always learning because I want to be solid in this space. I want to be solid for the people that do follow me and believe in me. And shit, if I made just $500,000 a year, I think I'd be cool. Because when I wasn't making this type of money, I heard this dude that was making $50 million. He was like, man, really? When you make like $300,000, you can do everything that I do. You can rent the Wraith. You can go get a Wraith. You can have a nice home. You can have the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci. You can eat the Wagyu.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like shit, once you reach a certain level, you can buy the Rolex. You can eat at the same restaurant. Shit, I just saw E.T. Like I'm eating the same spots he eating at, you know. But it's like we talked about earlier, like things.
Mm-hmm.
You can only buy a certain amount of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, we strive to do all these things, but why are you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And like Maui, that's why your why got to be real solid. Shout out to E.T. Yo.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I
Thank you.
appreciate you inviting me.
You want to tell them where they could find you at?
Yes. Y'all can find me at Credit Fixer. That's credit FIXRR.com. Y'all can find me on all platforms, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Make sure y'all follow me. Sign up for the platform. Learn how to fix your own credit. We provide you with the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to fix your own credit. We also have a business version, Credit Fixer Business. You can sign up. Unlimited clients, unlimited Metro 2, unlimited factual disputes. You can add team members. Man, we got the offers engines. We got trade lines in the software. We got Credit Fixer Academy. Man, we only getting better. So, sign up, join Credit Fixer. Join the revolution, join the family, and let's get to it, man. That's it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.